like our video feature match this round is John Medina versus Garret Young.
John Medina battling.
Yeah.
Battling us, not just doing the TTT trading thing. So the financial advisor from Star City Games here playing in this tournament.
Yeah.
Trying to take it down. I imagine he's probably 3-0.
We can take a look at pairings, right?
Yeah, we could potentially take a look at pairings and find out. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool that Jonathan Medina is not only here, but he's battling in addition to, doing all of his trades. I've seen him wandering around. I just figured he was trading, but...
No, I think he usually plays in these, or at least the Legacy part. He likes to show off his everything in Legacy.
Yeah, do you remember what the Twitter account is? Is it SCG pairings?
I don't remember.
Hey, we'll find out here in a second. But either way, so what do you think John Medina's playing then?
Trying to think about what he's talked about lately. I'm gonna go out and say one of the blue-red combo decks, I think.
Blue-red combo decks?
Yeah.
So probably Splinter Twin?
Maybe Ascension. Don't really know.
Fair enough.
Could be either.
You're pretty definitive that Splinter Twin is better than Ascension. You feel that way?
Yeah, I don't really like Ascension at all. It's just... It doesn't really have a... it doesn't finish. It just kind of digs around for the Ascension, and then, it just doesn't have... You just give them this window of you're just sort of sitting there, trying to get everything set up. And, by the time you're, killing them with the Ascension, almost always you may as well just have it be, I don't know, a Consecrated Sphinx. Yeah. That guy, obviously.
Yeah, so he is 3-0, so this is pretty exciting stuff. It'd be really cool to see Jonathan Medina make top 8 at one of these events.
Yeah.
Not only be a master trader as well.
And then write an article about how he made more trading than he did top 8.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of it, Jonathan Medina is a writer on our premium side who's just fantastic because by subscribing to premium, there's an initial cost, but if you just follow his advice as well as Ben Blyweiss's advice when he writes his financial articles, you could easily make your money back. There's a year ago, there was an article by Ben Blyweiss on Worldwake where he's I think Stoneforge Mystic is the card to buy now. Buy as many as you can.
This is a $2 card, buy all of them. Within a week, there was Pro Tour San Diego. Card spiked to 6 or 7. It settled back down. I think there was a later article you mentioned hey, Mirrodin's coming out. You should buy Stoneforge Mystics. And then it went to 30.
Yeah. I mean, Ben Blyweiss, man who knows his stuff. John Medina, also a very crafty trader.
John Medina does it on a very... Ben Blyweiss is mostly new cards and stuff about new cards, and John Medina is more this is a card that secretly no one actually has any of, but there's a demand for, so you should go out and get them now so you can jack up the, not jack up the prices, but the price is at a, the price point for the card is too low for the demand and supply, it needs to be higher.
Right, I feel Ben Blyweiss is more of a Jim Cramer kind of guy, where I don't have a good analogy for John Medina.
Yeah.
I don't know stocks
I got
that
nothing.
well.
Yeah.
But looking ahead, future analyst as opposed to current analyst, big difference.
Yes.
And Ben has a really good talent for doing that. So anyway, here we are, round 4. On your right, the trader himself, Trader. Let's be clear, Jonathan Medina, playing. We don't know yet. We'll get that close here in a second. His opponent, Garret Young. Medina at 3-0. Garret Young also at 3-0.
Sporting an MTGmom.com sticker on his deck box.
In addition to a StarCityGames.com t-shirt.
Yep.
Great to see him here. John Medina, big force on Twitter, big force in the trading community, big force in the Magic community. Just a great guy to talk with. He's helped me out. I had a sticky trading situation, and John helped me out of it, and he's just done numerous things that have been wonderful. Great guy to talk to. He also does the A-Team podcast.
Okay, so...
He does a podcast. It's very good. All right, so here we go.
So this is one of the matchups people said was going to be defining of this metagame. We have John Medina with blue-red combo in the form of Deceiver XR Twin against Garret Young featuring Valakut.
Yeah, and this is the defining deck, and I feel like the blue-red twin deck has a pretty decided advantage.
Yes, the combo is just faster than Valakut, and it's more than Valakut deals with, and Deceiver XR taps down Titan, making it harder to just keep going after the first trigger. Now, because it's really the second trigger that kills you, not the first.
Now, one of the big cards to watch here is Beast Within. That card is a way to interact with the Deceiver XR combo, and you should be careful. This looks very similar to the last two that we've seen, with Urbrask, 2 Urbrask, the Hidden, Solemn Simulacrum.
he has a bunch of Harrows, and he does
Yeah.
not have a Birds of Paradise. He also has a Conley Guard in his deck that he can fetch if he would like to with his Primeval Titan, though, which is possibly interesting in other matchups, not so much here. John Medina, on the other hand, he has the full 8 Ponder Preordain, Gitaxian Probe,
and Shrine of Piercing Vision.
Shrine of Piercing Vision, See Beyond to find his combo. So he's just got, 17 cantrips. He's got Mana Leaks and Dispels to counter, 4 Exarchs, 4 Twins, and then Into the Royal Pyroclasm Twisted. And he has a Singleton Twisted Image and a Singleton Pyroclasm in his deck, actually. Twisted Image is an interesting one. It's really specifically good in the Deceiver Exarch deck, not only because it's a cantrip, but because one of the cards you have to beat is Spellskite. And that's just, you don't have to spend a card to do it. You just get it out of the way, it's done, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. And you sort of keep going. A mana, not even a card. An interesting point, Medina looks like he only has 6 fetch lands to go with these Ponders, as opposed to the full set. Oh, there's an Arid Mesa, 7.
7 fetch lands.
Yeah.
This is kind of similar to Drew Levin's list, or with the one Arid Mesa hanging out in there. We saw too.
Except for he's Splinter Twin.
Except for, he's Splinter Twin, yeah, just the...
Yeah.
I mean, the mana basis and the spell basis for both decks is pretty similar. So here we go, Jonathan Medina leading on a foil Mr. Rainforest. I wonder how nice Medina's deck will look in this
I can't
match.
tell, but it may be Japanese, who knows.
Brings out his, looks like a foil phone from this angle, but brings out his phone.
For the Star City Games mobile app, I believe.
The mobile app is great. You can keep track of your life on it. You can read premium articles on it, free content on it. You can favorite articles, see the most read articles. Definitely something you want to check out. Okay, finds
Foil 7th edition Island.
Oh, man. And think we're going to see Preordain or Ponder here?
Probably. Maybe Gitaxian Probe, but... Yep, Gitaxian Probe played for the mana cost.
Yep, which is totally reasonable. We see
3 Harrows, and 3 Mountains, and an Evolving Wilds.
Well, this is not the match you want to draw all your Harrows in, let me tell you.
That seems like an interesting hand to keep, but that deck has a lot of outs. You can always draw he has the full 4 Green Sun Zenith and 4 Titans and an Avenger and Ouroboros. So he's definitely threat dense enough to just keep a hand that, ramps all the way up.
Yeah, I mean, it ramps up well, but there's just nothing else you can do with that hand, too, which is kind of an issue.
Garret leads on a mountain, actually, instead of the Evolving Wilds to get a forest.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
John Medina plays Arid Mesa.
So there's the Lonely Mesa.
Passes back. Probably holding up Mana Leak. Garret draws a Green Sun Zenith. And Evolving Wilds now makes the appearance. It looks like John does have a Mana Leak in hand, possibly.
I think I see a Spell Pierce there, too, maybe.
He does not have Spell Pierce. He has Dispel.
He has Dispel. Maybe that's what I saw. Either way, it's bad news for Eris.
Free Probe.
Sees a Green Sun Zenith hiding over there.
Yep.
This main deck Dispel, it's very interesting.
That's moving to the norm now because it's Dismember, actually. That's the entire reason for that.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Can't reliably Mana Leak 1 mana spells.
So John plays his land and passes back. Now, the fact that he didn't play Probe Hardcast here, do you think that means we're going to see a Deceiver Exarch?
I think that just means that he now knows he's playing against Valakut.
And he doesn't care about the life.
Yeah, he probably didn't have anything else to do on 1 with his mana, so he may as well pay instead of the 2 life because it could be relevant. But now that it's against Valakut, the mana just could be anything.
Garret draws. Looks like another mountain.
Yep.
So his hand is now triple Harrow, lands, and Green Sun Zenith.
Yep.
Okay.
So Garret here is probably waiting for the opportune moment to cast one of those Harrows so that it doesn't get countered, which is a huge blowout when it happens.
Yeah, you cannot, absolutely cannot let that get countered.
Yeah.
It's just super bad news if that happens. Sets you back a land drop. But fortunately...
John Medina misses his 4th land drop and passes right on back.
Interesting. Fortunately, the way it plays out, normally you can find an opportunity to play it. We'll see what happens. So there's a 4th land for Garret Young.
Looks like he top decked a Primeval Titan that turn. He's gonna Green Suns for 2. Probably hoping to get an Overgrown Battlement. He does not have the Birds of Paradise that Ali and Christian had, so that's not an option. I think John Medina is gonna crack this fetch line for a mountain, and that's probably setting up for Deceiver, Exarch, and Spell Pierce would be my guess, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. Taps 2.
Oh, just a mana leak.
Goes for the leak.
Forgot they made that art in foil.
Yeah, man, Medina's deck is certainly gorgeous. He is a trader and knows how to acquire the beautiful cards he's looking for. Unfortunately, foil cards do not produce double mana, or he would be in a better situation right now.
Super Secret Tech is not a standard legal card.
It's true.
Medina's still hurting for lands a bit, still short.
Or even just cantrips would be happy with that too right now. I mean, Garrett's draw isn't fast, but Jonathan has to make sure he doesn't stumble.
John's sitting there probably debating over... he has a Shrine of Piercing Visions that it looks like he's just been unable to cast because he's been worrying about dying to these Harrows.
All right, well, there's a Harrow. Looks like Dispel, probably.
Probably.
Yep, there's the Dispel. I actually hadn't noticed the change to Dispel, but that makes a lot of sense. That's pretty good in this kind of deck. When you talked to Jerry, did he also have Dispel? I know he's playing Pyromancer Ascension.
No, he's playing Splinter Twin. I don't know.
Oh, he's playing Splinter Twin.
All the lists I've seen from Magic Online. There's another Green Suns for 2, and another mana leak.
Looks like John is just clogged on counters right now.
Yep. It's like still no land.
And I think he might have drawn a Preordain there, but I'm not totally sure.
I know he has a Shrine of Piercing Visions, but he can't cast that.
Right. And obviously just choked on counter magic, so...
That's 2 of his 3 mana leaks gone right there.
And a Dispel.
So it looks like that Primeval Titan might be hitting play sometime soon, assuming that Garret can get the mana, the correct colors at least.
Alright. And there's an Exarch tapping down the Forest.
Yep.
That'll make sure that Primeval Titan doesn't hit the table. Garrett's going to take the opportunity to jam all the Harrows he can. Do we think
sacrificing the Forest? So, because he doesn't want to sacrifice mountains, because he wants to leave the maximum number of mountains in play in his deck.
Do you think this means that we'll see a Splinter Twin from Jonathan Medina? Because he finally went for it here, or do you think he's just finally out of options and it's like, well...
Partly out of options, but I think this all depends on the next lane. By the way, that is the other thing that Ouroboros does. You cannot Deceiver XR combo them out with an Ouroboros.
Yes. Yeah, that is a big, big deal.
Yes.
Because all your tokens come and play tapped. So
yeah. Not doing much attacking there.
Nope. Not at all.
I mean, you can pass the turn and then on their end step after, at end of turn triggers, make all of them. But that's still a full turn. They have to untap and pass back.
Yeah, not have anything. No, don't have Beast within.
Nothing.
Yeah. Much different world. And when you have Ouroboros can play off in that one turn, could be everything.
Yeah.
Too. You could set up your
that one
Titan.
turn means Primeval Titan's just coming right out of their hand and swinging right to your face.
Yep. And either you kill them or you just kill their Exarch with the twin on it.
Is that a beast?
Although I guess you can use the Exarch to tap down.
Yeah.
So. All right. So there's 4 mana for Garret Young tapped, 3 mana untapped. Looks like he drew Terramorphic Expanse. And it's just going to pass back to John Medina.
Like his cards are Beast Within and Primeval Titan.
All right, so he even has the Beast Within in case John has the combo.
Yep.
All right, taps 2 Mountain Island. Finally goes for the Shrine. And then serves in for 1 with the Deceiver Exarch. Just in case.
Yeah.
All right, passes back to Garret. Yeah. So if you're drawing next turn, do you think you blow the Shrine for 1?
If that Primeval Titan's in play, yes.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Garrett's almost certainly going to go for that Titan here. There's no good reason not to. And then finding probably double Valakut.
How many mountains does he have in play?
1, 2, it looks like 5 mountains. Get double Valakut, crack Terramorphic Expanse.
Yep.
Kill the Deceiver Exarch.
Yep.
Hard to come back from that one.
He's playing something first. Maybe he's afraid of the combo for some reason?
It possibly thinks that John just has the combo, but I think he can kill off the Exarch.
It's a battlement and it's past the turn.
It's past the turn.
Oh, there's another card that dies to Twisted Image.
Twisted Image. What a blowout. Puts a counter on the shrine, draws a card. Michael Jacob would be proud.
Yes. He only has 4 mountains, that's why he didn't play the Titan. So that it wouldn't trigger right there. And John Medina would be able to untap and potentially win the game.
I thought he had 5 mountains, apparently not.
No.
3 of those are forests.
Yes.
The glare off the lands makes it difficult to identify them, but I can see it now better that you spread them out. So now if you're John Medina, I think you probably have to crack that shrine to find your lands.
Not necessarily. Depends what else you have in hand.
Oh, unless he drew a... Oh, yeah, so we did find a ponder.
Yes.
All right. That's pretty good patience by Jonathan Medina, waiting until there was battle in play to go for that Twisted Image instead of just jamming it on his Receiver Exarch to try and draw a card.
He didn't really have an opportunity to up until that point.
Well, could have done it main phase to try and dig.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if he digs that turn, because the only card he's going to cast is Splinter Twin, and Splinter Twin doesn't really get cast for 3 mana.
Sure.
Usually, at least. I don't know what.
They'll reveal it with three mana.
I mean, if Super Secret Tech was in play, I'm pretty sure his is foil, so it would cost 3.
Oh, well, let's see if he draws one. All right,
there's
so
the land.
There's a land for John Medina. And last turn, if you find another land, then you can just play another land out this turn, which is obviously the benefit. But I like Jonathan Medina's diligence there. All right, serves in for 1 with the Deceiver Exarch, and now he's just going to let a shrine grow even larger. Garret cracks that expanse, going to go find a mountain. And now he'll have 5 mountains, and he can tighten up Mountain Valakut, and then he can, if he
draws another mountain or Valakut, that Deceiver Exarch is going to die.
Assuming Garret feels safe playing it.
Yes. He does not have mana to back up for a mana leak on that Titan, so he draws the other Titan.
Titan of the Inferno variety. Okay.
I think you still lead with the Primeval here. The Inferno doesn't seem like it does enough or anything at all at this point. Yeah. And there's the Primeval Titan. Does John Medina have his 3rd of 3 mana leaks? It's a little bit of a risky play for Garret. Even though John only has 1 red source, there's a chance that he just dies because of this. Because he only has 2 up, and that Beast Within could very easily not be castable in the time frame that he needs it to.
Oh, man. All right, so he gets Valakut.
2 Valakuts.
All right.
Are his Valakuts altered to have a continuous mountain over them?
Likely.
It's a volcano.
It's also kind of sweet because when you're searching, it makes it easier to find.
Yeah.
Reasonable. Save some time.
Yeah. His own version of him.
True. Jonathan's like, let me show you what real.
I don't know. That Shrine of Piercing Visions doesn't look very foil. So
but it's new. We'll give him an exception.
It's not that new.
It's fair.
It's just. I think this is another Exarch tapping down that Titan.
All right, so the Titan's gonna get tapped down, which is pretty much exactly what. Wait. If you jam the Exarch, he wants to blow up that shrine probably, right? To dig into the Splinter Twin?
Or the mountain. Either one. Probably should have tapped the forest. Who knows who has main decks Nature Slim this year. Could just happen. Randomly have 8 cards. In a world of Tempered Steel. But,
Alright, so he's going to crack the shrine for 5, I believe, right?
Yep.
Alright. Looks at 5 fresh cards.
There's a mountain.
Okay, well, there's the mountain.
Oh, I think that means he has it.
That can be lights out for Garret Young. Mountain and Splinter Twin. Foil.
That's it.
Packs him in. John Medina takes game 1. Garret Young was not able to defeat the man himself with the foil deck.
Even with the Beast Within.
Even with the Beast Within, he had it in his hands.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he was playing to wait for it, but
I don't think you can really. I don't know if you can really afford to wait.
Yeah,
for
I don't
it
think so.
there.
I think John can just assemble a way to beat it, right?
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just the longer he waits, the more it's going to be more mana, the more odds of having a Dispel.
Yeah, I mean
that's the big one.
You've already seen Dispel too, so you know
Yeah.
Jonathan Medina has access to it.
You know, a lot of them have Spell Pierce too, so that, you know, if you tap before a Titan at any point, even if you have the 3 mana to cast it, it's just not going to do anything. You probably just want it there. You know he's at least missing the red source, so he needs to hit that. Maybe he just doesn't have the twin either. You just go for it and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, and looking at the sideboard to see what else changes here. So first we'll go to Garret Young, the Valakut player. Garret has Artisan of Kozilek in a sideboard.
Not really happening.
Not
here.
relevant. 4 Combusts clearly
Yes.
coming in. Pyroclasm, no. Slagstorm, no.
Alternate Bailoff.
No.
I can see Active Aggression.
Yeah, definitely Active Aggression. I mean, it's just, for those who don't know how it works, when Twin goes for the combo, you take their guy in response.
In response to the actual card
In
Splinter.
response to the actual card Splinter Twin, you take their guy. Then at the end of their turn, you make infinite tokens. They last till your turn, then you kill them.
Yep.
So it turns from them killing you into you killing them, which is pretty fair deal, I suppose.
Yeah.
That looks like it. So he's going to bring in those 6 cards: 4 Combust, 2 Active Aggression.
So, John Medina, he has Mental Misstep. I don't think that's going to make an appearance.
Nope.
Jace's Ingenuity. Mutagenic. Jace's Ingenuity might be okay, but it's probably too slow.
Yeah.
Mutagenic Growth, probably coming in for Combust.
It is a good anti-combust card. Yeah, I could totally see it. There's just 1 Mutagenic Growth too. You can't get clogged on it.
Dismember, maybe coming in for the Overgrown Battlements, maybe not.
Maybe. I think you just want to do as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Burst Lightning not coming in.
No.
Elixir of Immortality, I don't really see that one doing anything.
No.
Pyroclasm not happening. Twisted Image, if anything's coming in. The Deprives are coming in. And these Pyromancer's Ascensions might come in. So, I was right on both of my guesses, I guess.
Pyromancer Ascension.
Your name is Chris.
Do you like the sideboard plan of Pyromancer Ascension out of the Splinter Twin
waiting
deck?
for you at the front stage. If you don't show up soon,
I don't know if it
my
really
name's
does.
Chris.
My name's Chris. The Pyromancer's Ascension, it doesn't, I don't see how it kills them. It just doesn't, actually.
It seems like your Splinter Twin combo is better. It's only if you're trying to sidestep hate, I think. I think
But-
in Valakut you just want to be faster, right?
He doesn't actually have a way to kill, like his way of killing them with Pyromancer's Ascension involves Burst Lightning looping with Elixir of Immortality.
Yeah, I'm not a big
in
fan.
his entire 75.
Not a big fan of the Ascension sideboard.
No.
Although maybe it's good against blue-black. I mean, they're probably going to have Into the Royal, but other than that...
Maybe that's what Jerry was talking
maybe
about.
that's Jerry's secret technology.
Every turn, you just filter through your whole deck with cantrips, and you just get to the point where you're elixiring back this Burst Lightning every single turn for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally reasonable.
That sounds like the kind of thing Jerry would do. Yeah, that's probably.
Probably the Jerry technology. Yeah, Jonathan Medina, man, who does a lot of work in the community, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to
Talk to Jerry
and get his list. Like I said earlier, he did an interview on the 18 podcast. He has his own podcast, Untapped, that he does.
Ah, that's the one.
He's obviously very active on Twitter, writes Star City articles, in the Star City forums, just great guy. It's really cool to see him here at 3-0. Like I said, normally he's manning the trade tables. This time he's manning the battlefield, so...
I did have a feature match against him at, I want to say DC, though. He's played before.
Yeah. Oh, he certainly isn't his first time to the rodeo.
Yes.
I mean, it's interesting because you think of someone as a trader, but really, I think that there are a lot of traders who are also very formidable players.
And
I mean,
the same other way, too.
yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, Ben Blyweiss has been known to sling a spell. Wes Moss, the Star City buyer, did well in Indianapolis, I believe. So there's all kinds of players who trade and traders who play, or judges who play and players who judge and tournament organizers.
Judges who trade.
Judges who trade.
Judges whose husbands trade.
All this kind of stuff. I think they made a reality show out of that one once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of options. Jonathan Medina, though, great, like I said, great guy, and cool to be here. And Garret Young, his opponent jamming Valakut. This will be the third Valakut deck we've seen today. Do you think could be the weekend where Valakut makes a big appearance?
I think that it was always going to be a weekend where Valakut was going to be big, but it's just a deck that's easy to play. Well, relatively easy in the sense that you can not have to think and just still win the game. It's good against a lot of things, and it's definitely a deck that if you are not prepared for it and not able to interact with it, you are going to lose to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both these decks are that way too, right? Valakut can kill them very easily. Same thing with blue-red. Like, you just get a good draw of blue, and you're like, XR Twin, you're dead. The end.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Tapped out on 3, dead.
Yeah, thanks for playing. So it's pretty dynamic matchup, even though they're like 2 interactive decks, because after sideboarding, like Beast Within is something that happens, Combust is something that happens, Active Aggression.
Yeah.
So now you have to play all these mind games, like, does he have it, does he not? Gitaxian Probe is probably
Yeah,
really
I was
gonna
gonna say, there's not really mind games. There's 2 life, and I know everything now.
Sometimes you just want to know, so...
I think with Gitaxian Probe, it's just... Sometimes you just always know.
Sometimes you just always know. Yeah, Probe is certainly great. So I'm wondering what cards these players took out to bring in their sideboard spells.
I can see Into the Royal going in from... I don't really see Into the Royal being good. Well, it looks like we're off to the races here. It looks like a Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds for Garret, and John Medina leads on a Ponder.
Yep. It looks like fetch land into Ponder, but yeah. Not that it's super relevant.
Yeah, there's no threshold in this format or something yet.
I kind of wonder, I was thinking about it, I wonder if Grim Lavamancer would be good in Blue-Red Splinter Twin deck, out of the sideboard. Like against the beatdown decks, is that a thing you could do? Or is it just
maybe
straight removal better?
I don't know if it's better. It's kind of nice that it pulls removal from your combo.
Alright, so puts his deck back.
Don't know if he's opting to shuffle or not. He's in the process of cutting. Nope.
And just takes the top
Kept
card.
the cards.
And passes it back to Garret Young.
Looks like Garret has Explore and Urabrosk. It's 2 Explorers. He has a Combust in hand. That's going to be important. So he explores right into another Terramorphic Expanse. John Medina considering his lines with what's presumably a grip full of cantrips.
It's always interesting when you have all these cantrips. You're like, all right, what do I do? And then you figure it out, and you cantrip, and you see your top of your cards. You're like, all right, I have to change everything I was going to do now. As a Storm deck player in Legacy, I'm sure you know all about this. Right?
It's not even like brainstorm. You're like, oh, well, I'm just going to brainstorm and put these cards back, and then we're done here.
All right, so
Gitaxian
Probe sees Urabrosk, Overgrown Battlement, Explore, Evolving Wilds, Combust.
Okay.
So he knows there's a Combust in the works. He also knows that Urabrosk can mess up his plans.
Yep. Yeah, Urabrosk is something that it got a lot of press when it came out. Didn't really see that much play because of Batterskull and Stoneforge Mystic, but it's a very powerful effect. John Medina has a Shrine of Piercing Visions. That does not have a counter on it because he messed up the ordering.
Oh. Oops. Also possible that he wanted to see what was going on before he chose his play, which is pretty legitimate.
See whether you want to, Shrine probably plays for a bit longer game into the Combust, whereas, maybe like Mana Leak. Actually, he probably has a Mana Leak in hand. That's probably why I did it that way.
Right. That makes total sense. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of John Medina's hand here. Shuffles Garrett's deck even more. All the fetch lines available in the format certainly causes there to be some shuffling breaks in matches.
Not as bad as Squadron Hawk and Stoneforge Mystic.
No, it's a little better. Ponder certainly adds a little bit more shuffling, but even then, yeah. Glad that Stoneforge Mystic shuffling is out of the way.
That looks like a Beast Within off the top.
Looks like a Beast Within, indeed. We're gonna go exploring.
No, Overgrown Battlement, so that you guaranteed to have 5 next turn.
Sure.
That Shrine goes to 1.
Alright, so Shrine on 1. And now it's a matter of what John Medina wants to do. It's just going to cantrip some more, try and set up his combo. That Beast Within drawn from Garret is a big deal because now...
That's 2 pieces of disruption he has to fight through, one
John
of which is Combust.
And John only knows about one of them.
Yes. That's a Ponder again.
Ponder kicks up the counter on Shrine of Piercing Vision.
Yep. John also knows about that Urabrosk, so he's probably trying to figure out what he's going to do against that.
Right, like
because he definitely needs to get rid of that before.
Right.
anything can happen.
Yeah, you really don't want to have to pass the turn, especially against if they're running, Combust and Beast with it.
Yes.
All kinds of nightmarish things can occur. Let's see. It goes Islands. It's really interesting how this plays out, because one's going to have to do this dance of John Medina's like, all right, well, I have to assemble a way to beat this hate card, and I have to make sure he doesn't kill me in the process. How am I going to deal with Urabras simultaneously?
So he passes back with Mana Leak, Mana Open. And Garret gets another mountain.
So, more fetch land cracking.
Yep.
And then, let's see, what do you think Garrett's line is this turn? So
I don't know.
does he think John has a Mana Leak? Do you play around that? Do you think John has a Flash Freeze? Do you play around that?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting dance here.
Let's see what happens.
I don't think Garret has enough mana that he can reasonably afford to just sit around, because if you have more mana, you can wait. You're actually getting somewhere to like Ouroboros with a threat up, or like Mana Leak, Mana up, but like if you just don't have the mana, you're just sitting there on this Ouroboros that's gonna eat the Mana Leak anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So down comes Urabras. John lets it resolve and serves in for 4, crunching Jonathan Medina's life total down to a paltry 13. Shrine of Piercing Vision goes up to another counter. Neat thing about Shrine of Piercing Vision compared to the other shrines, it's free to activate. So you can just build up some counters, and then you just get a free impulse for 4, 5, 6.
It's a solid card digging spell, but the other shrines, the red shrine is just so good.
Red Shrine is certainly great too.
John Medina has a Sea Beyond, hoping to get somewhere.
I think we'll be seeing all the shrines except for maybe the green. The green one is pretty bad. But I think we'll see all the other ones see play at some point. Even the black one, I think, has potential.
The black one definitely has potential. Every time I think about the black one, I'm like, why did no one ever cast that against me in Limited, and why did I never just die to it every time?
Sure.
It's even instant. You can do that during their draw step. After
Brutal.
With just one counter Hellbent, okay, like skip your turn. It's better than most discard spells. Like, it actually does something when they're Hellbent.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. And obviously, Shrine of Loyal Legions is a big beating out of the Tempered Steel side.
Yes. It's matchup dependent, but against all these blue-black control decks, they have no answers. It just sits there and eventually they die.
Yep. End of your turn, make 12 1/1s. Like they're actually
Is this
3
enough?
3s.
Yeah. Is this enough? What are you at? Like 5? Okay.
All right. So in the meantime, John Medina plays his 4th land drop, moving his Shrine of Piercing Vision is on 4 counters, I believe.
Yes, I believe so.
All right. So John passes back after seeing Into the Beyond. Garret untaps.
Draws another Rampant Growth.
Another Rampant Growth, sitting on Urbrask the Hidden and Overgrown Battlement. Serves in with Urbrask for 4. John down to 9 life now.
So Garrett's hand is Rampant Growth, Explore, Beast Within, and Combust at this point. Leads on the Rampant Growth. Just the guaranteed mana source to keep going.
Right.
Leaving out Beast Within, which is probably pretty important. Doesn't really know what John Medina has. He could have some kind of, creature threat that he boarded into. So
yeah.
Beast Within would kill that for sure. John Medina is at 9 now. It's pretty close to going to game 3.
Especially because the Urbrask will slow him down for a turn.
Yes. Another Ponder for John Medina.
All right, then a Ponder kicks the counter up on Shrine of Piercing Visions and by yet another counter.
That would be 6 right now, I believe.
Yep, so that Shrine is digging pretty deep. It's better than a Peer Through Visions, or Peer Through Depths, rather.
Yep.
So if you're John Medina, what are you trying to piece together here to fight off that Urbrask plus the 8 card you know about in Garret Young's hands?
Well, if you left it into the Royal, I think that's your plan. I think that you have to get to that for sure.
Alright, looks like a Preordain.
Yep.
Sends them both south.
1 and 1, not the other.
Did he miss his Shrine of Piercing Vision there?
I mean, it's not optional, so he has to add the counter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he missed it or not.
Yeah.
I thought he did, but okay, they remembered it.
grabbing a D20 because that's clearly where this is going.
Yeah. Time to Piercing Visions for 20.
Shrine of Piercing Visions. I've definitely seen that card in Limited be Demonic Tutor stack my library.
Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, you set it out there early and let it build for a while. Eventually, you just activate it, find whatever.
It's like 17 counters. I have 15 cards in my library. Let's go.
Yeah. Then the question, of course, is can you stack your library correctly? That is a trick in and of itself.
The old Goblin Recruiter.
Yeah.
That's another cantrip.
All right. Takes it up to, that's 8 or 9?
7.
7?
8.
I was already on 7. It's 8.
The Ponder was 6, so this is 8.
Yeah. All right. John has all the cantrips he needs. The question is, will he find what he needs off the cantrips? Well, he leaves one on top, so he clearly found something. Now he's going to crack the shrine. Main phase. What do you think he's going for here?
I don't know.
Interesting. Main phase shrine crack.
That is a lot of cards to see, and he does not look happy to see them.
All right. Well, he picks that one. Picks his favorite of his kids. Puts that one in his hands.
Doesn't have 2 blue up for a deprive, so.
All right. Let's see what else has got hiding in there.
He's got a 8-card hand, I believe, so he's gonna have to discard. No? Did I got wrong?
Well, looks like just
Sounded
wrong.
wrong.
I mean, I don't think he would have activated Shrine of Piercing Visions if he would have had to discard this turn.
That's true.
That'd be pretty silly.
It's active aggression drawn. That is a
man, that's
spiteful grip.
That is number 3. And facing down Urbrast to top it all off. Caps of red. What's going on?
Red.
Dismember.
Dismember.
So John goes down to 5 life. Takes down that Urbrast the hidden. So now Garret just has a grip full of hate cards, right?
Yes. Is Garret debating whether he wants to beast within his own Urbrast to make a guy? Keep the beatdown going? Or is he going to just do that in a land? His lands don't really do anything.
I mean, they kind of are, because he has exactly 6.
That's true. But 6 and 5 are the same here with Combust.
But what if you want to cast Primeval Titan?
With Medina at 5, I think the beast within token might go the full distance.
Yeah, I think the beast within token is really important.
Yeah.
It might actually be better to do it on Medina's turn, just so. Well, I don't know. Like this way, you're guaranteed to have it resolve.
Explore.
All right, he's going exploring. Or I mean, he could dispel you, I guess. But
yeah. So let's see. That's the mountain.
Yeah, there's the land. Interesting. Maybe this is the matchup where you want to go for the Pyromancer Ascension because you have to set their hate, but you still get Beast Within, right? And that's even more. That's so much work.
The real problem with Ascension is that in this list, it doesn't actually do anything besides just draw you more cards.
Sure. So you're just basically trying to assemble the perfect hands.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. All right, John passes back with 6 lands.
Garrett's rapidly approaching this.
So Garret chooses to not Beast Within.
Garret has a Green Sun Zenith in his hand, but chooses to be defensive here.
I mean, in this case, he probably has to.
Yes.
Medina plays a Scalding Tarn and passes back. Now they're just doing the land go game.
Both players on 7 mana, and now Garret is into triple answer range.
Once again, I think Beast Withining your own card is pretty important here. All right, so here comes down Deceiver Exarch.
Okay.
All right. Taps the Overgrown Battlement.
Is this Deceiver Exarch beatdown time?
20-0 on the back of Exarchs.
Yep. That's Exarch 1.
Now, John only knows Garret has the Combust.
Yes.
But I think you can probably figure that if Garrett's not doing anything, he probably has at least one other hate card.
Possibly. Maybe he just assumes it's just a Combustion like a Titan that he doesn't want to cap out the gas.
I mean,
though to be fair, this turn you would have played the Titan, so. Yeah, because you can combust the Deceiver Exarch before you attack.
Right. I mean, unless you think he's playing really conservatively.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Garrett's gonna combust now, so that he can have access to all of his answers on the same turn, I believe. Oh, he's gonna Beast Within now. I don't know if this is the right time to start the counter fight. It might be better to wait on the counterable spells to John Medina's turn when he has the least mana possible. so he can't double mana leak or deprive mana leak to get there. Probably is better just to combust right now.
Yeah, I like combusting right now, especially because it's the one that John knows or the Garret, or the John knows Garret has, right?
Yes.
That way, like you don't reveal extra information too.
Yeah, I wasn't really concerned about that. It's more that, if you let him dispel here, he can,
Yeah.
I'm assuming if he's gonna go for it, he has the mutagenic growth because he knows about that combust.
Right. There's the twin.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
All right, so we know Garret has the active aggression though, to make things really awkward.
Garrett's. This might also be the classic. I'm gonna combo this turn, and then I'm gonna combo next turn.
All right, so he lets it resolve
Judge Tom Williams is
and attempts to make a token.
Okay.
All right, now he goes for the combust.
No, that's the active aggression, which.
Or that's active aggression. Okay.
But that doesn't actually do anything, does it?
No, it does. You untap and oh, but then
And
they
that's
just tap the Exarch, right? And he has the mutagenic growth.
Well, no. If you active aggression in response to, you can tap the Exarch there. You active aggression in response to.
Their guy will come to play last and can tap the guy with the Splinter Twin, right?
Yeah.
So you can't make infinite tokens.
Yeah. You can. Can you respond to the token coming into play to untap your guy?
No, because their thing will resolve. Oh no, they have to choose one. It's not choose as it resolves, right? No,
You choose as you announce it. Yeah.
I don't think that matters though,
Okay. Yeah.
because their thing will always resolve last, and it'll always be tap that permanent.
No, it's. But I'm saying you make the token, and then when the token comes into play, it targets the other Deceiver Exarch,
Okay.
and it's untapped target permanent you control.
Okay.
In response, they active aggression it, and it untaps under their control, and your trigger with the Deceiver Exarch to untap fizzles. So I guess that works, but in
I
response
guess
to
it
the
does work.
Splinter
It just
Twin,
seems better to do it in
Yeah.
response. Yeah. Like it just seems like less things can get messed
I guess
up.
they can counter their own Splinter Twin with mana leak. That's relevant. I feel like I'm missing
Sure.
something here, because people have always said do it in response, and I don't remember why.
Huh. Interesting. Well, if you have any thoughts on that, tell us on Twitter. In
Yeah.
the meantime, I'm Gavin Perret here with Ari Lax.
Hello?
And we just watched Jonathan Medina fell his Valakut opponent. Wasn't looking good for Medina, had a couple points there, but
He had everything at one point,
He had
and
everything?
then this one.
you come back to 4-0. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So he is 4-0, and that'll put him within striking distance. A couple more wins could see John Medina sitting in the top 8 of this tournament.
Very easily.
So that's
The
pretty
Splinter
exciting
Twin
stuff.
deck is a very powerful deck. It definitely has the tools to win.
Yeah, I love the twin deck. So for those who missed the end of that debate there, we were talking about when is the best time to active aggression a Deceiver Exarch token, or a Deceiver Exarch. So the way it works out, we went through all the scenarios, and if you let the Splinter Twin resolve on the Deceiver Exarch and they tap it, they make the token, and the token targets your Exarch to untap it. You can take it then, and then you can make 1,000,000 tokens at the end of their end step, and your guy will be untapped, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's how it works. Is your guy untaps. That's how the stack works. But then if they do it in response to the thing being played, I don't know. It's an interesting discussion.
Let's check quickly.